Let me start by talking about this because I've talked about this before, and and it's just been more and more, which is absolutely nuts. This Shits and Gigs podcast is insane. How much they've ripped us off. It's just crazy, dude. It's actually crazy. I've done this podcast for 8 years, I don't know, and these guys came along a few years ago and just started talking about wanting to build a log cabin and having a cult, and they call their fans babies, and the guy's known as Daddy. And I've done all that stuff for years, and I kind of like, once they started doing it, I kind of like backed off of it because I was like, that's corny then now. I don't want to do it if they're going to do it. And then I'm like, so I kind of talked about it a little bit on my podcast, and you know, the podcast is really successful, and you know, they do their thing over in Europe. Maybe they think that like, cause it's in Europe, that they can just use my stuff. But I saw yesterday or 2 days ago, I don't know, one of these days, that they're selling merch and they're selling my merch basically, which is so weird. First of all, because I didn't. You know, I had a problem with it, but I'm like, whatever, dude, who cares? I always look at it as like, look, if I influence them, then okay. But it's so weird that they don't like mention me. They don't follow me. It's like, that's almost like when I saw they didn't follow me, I'm like, oh, they're like they're trying to distance themselves. You know what I'm saying? It just rubbed me the wrong way, but I was still like, whatever. And then when I saw them selling the merch, I'm like, dude, these motherfuckers are actually making money off of me. That's corny, dude. That's corny. And I was thinking of, you know what? I don't want to judge them because I don't know them, and they seem like good guys. And I was thinking about it the more and more. I'm like, well, then who's a dickhead? You know, who's a dick? If like I often fall back to well, I don't know everyone's story. Maybe they, you know, I don't know. I mean, it's such an egregious rip that it's so crazy. I mean, they started an extra Patreon podcast called The Log Cabin. They're making money off that. And they're like, hey, babies, this is a cult. I mean, dude, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. And it's so egregious. And they're making stacks, which is crazy, dude. And I guess people in Britain are just like, I don't know what it is over there in America, but they came up with it. And it's like, dude, hey, you're welcome. You're welcome for the bags. So I actually am saying this from now on. I'm not shying away from that. This is the Log Cabin, and this is a cult, and we will be sharing ideas in the tall grass, all dressed in white linen. Dude, they have a podcast where they wear white linen, dude. I mean, I think because they told honest that they're not going to get called out of fucking control. Hey, dude, no, dude, you will not be the babies. You will not be build a log cabin. You will not wear white, okay? And one thing's for certain.
For imprint, for certain.
Dude, you won't. Because that's ours. And we will battle. We will battle. We will battle not with swords, not with guns, just with pretty much complaining. And that's what we do best as the babies. This is, I understand it's funny, and I'm like, this is, you know, I'm being funny, but it's also fucked up. It's like, who's a dick? Because, you know, the whole thing of, well, if you knew everyone's story, you wouldn't think that they were a piece of shit. Yeah, okay. And then, though, they made merch. Okay? My whole thing is, all right, you get a pass until you make merch about it, right? Like, period. You get a pass until you make clothes that you sell for money, okay? Or like a koozie, you know? Okay, just take this for instance, and this is awful. Let's take something that is absolutely across the board awful. The Holocaust. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Pretty much anyone that thought that that was okay was, under Hitler rule, right? And those guys got, wiped out for good reason. It was a bad thing. They tried to commit a genocide, okay? Now, that's horrible. Now, picture them selling shirts and koozies saying it with those sayings. That's worse. So, dude, it's egregious. I guess I want to say stop. You're not going to because, what's it matter? Because you're all over there just like, oh, what's it matter, mate? Right? Oh, whatever. We'll just do the O2 Arena, even though this is Chris D'Elia's stuff. Hello, London. What are you doing out there? Hello, everybody. Welcome to the log cabin and welcome to the log cabin that we are building. It was our idea. Yes. Are you dressed in white? Dude, you're doing me worse. Period. Fuck yeah, dude. Hell yeah, dude.
For imprint, for certain.
Whoa! Dude, I see that stuff and I get down. I get sad a little bit. And a day goes by and then I realize I'm the fucking man. Dude, hello everybody, welcome to the cult that we thought of. We are a podcast with a cult. We built a log cabin and we have fucking white and I'm daddy and we're calling you babies. And I made that all up. Dude, and you can buy a t-shirt of it. No, that's the line, dude. That's the line. You got koozies? It crossed the line. You got shirts? It crossed the line. You got socks? You crossed the line. You got a Patreon? It crossed the line. That's it. That's, dude, so here's the thing, babies, okay? Find these motherfuckers. Let them know. This is ridiculous. Go on their Instagram, go on their thing, tweet it. It's crazy. It's crazy. At least make them feel something, because this is so nuts, dude. And also, here's the other thing, too. I'm a guy who doesn't hold grudges, but they haven't said shit to me, dude. Basically, what I'm saying is, where's my fucking money, dude? Yeah, dude. Where's my fucking money? Do you know what it's like, dude?
Have you said thank you once?
No. That's what it's like.
Have you said thank you once?
When you get that shipment of go to chrisdelia.com and get the first real version of the cult merch, dude. Okay? Don't get all that First of all, oh God, dude. Dude! I have a tattoo of a fucking log cabin because of this podcast, because yo.
Have you said thank you once?
Where you living? In my arm, motherfucker. This where you are. This where you are. You're me, dude. You're me.
Have you said thank you once?
Oh, what's going on? It's pretty meaty in here. Oh, shit. We're literally in Chris D'Elia's bicep. What the hell? Corny ass motherfuckers. Corny. Corny, dude. Fuck yeah, Chris D'Elia said it.
File's done.
Dude. So anyway, what else is going on out there? You know? Yeah. Oh, wow. And they also use gang gang too, which is Theo's. They put it on their, like, what the fuck? Pretty soon they're just going to make, what do you call it? merch that says life rips. They're going to be like, oh, I came up with something, life rips. Yeah, life rip turtlenecks. Because it's rain. Life rips umbrellas because it's always raining in London. So that's cool. God damn, dude. I really had to pull out all the stops on this episode. I really did, because this ShxtsnGigs guys, they can't get away with this. I really had to come fire on all syllables.